This video is sponsored by Factor. More on them after the reaction. Citizens, I'm not going to do it today. The Recheck Nation, it is time to watch The Walking Dead Episode 2. Now I know that I should probably warm this up for a tiny bit first before I go right into this. All right, you ready to watch more Michonne, Michael Tesler?
Coral. I rewatched the first episode, just this show.
One?
Yeah, and
did you like it better?
I liked it more on a rewatch. Honestly, I did.
I felt you were hypercritical.
I still think it was like it could have slowed down.
It was the greatest piece of television that's ever been made.
I think it could have slowed down a tiny bit, and I feel like it's going to develop a little bit more of just the atmosphere and tone this time. Because yeah, it's like there is a lot of information you got to get out. Leave a like,
yes,
subscribe, click that bell for episode 3. Still really liked it the first time. Jeez, Michael.
We're watching it.
And
no more
also,
exposition,
and
Greg.
no prepper. Thanks for helping us edit down these highlights. Full-length reaction watch summary. Seek it with your own copy of The Walking Dead. Available for our super sexies over at our Patreon page. Thank you to all who have been joining us. We also cover several things over there, exclusive with highlights and watch songs included.
And that new calendar of you guys, right?
Yeah. You're
That's
the one who's like,
super
let's move it along,
sexy
and now you're derailing it. Well, that's unfortunate. This thing's going to totally catch on fire. It's
Maybe
totally
that's
going
the
to catch
point.
on fire.
That's the intent.
Oh, they like to put stuff on it to light it up.
It's either that or that's just an unfortunate situation.
Whoa, what an image. Ooh,
That's gorgeous.
What a striking image. Kind of reminds me of like what was that snow zombie? Dead Snow, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really love this opening credit.
I mean, there's like a harrowing adventure hope feel to the music too. There's a swell.
And it feels big.
Yeah.
You know, it's not scared to take us to a world beyond.
Daryl, Dixon. I did it.
Was she on the cover last time?
I'm wondering that too.
Yeah.
6 years. Ah, okay.
6 years after the bridge.
Because yeah, I was thinking that's season 6.
My name is Michonne.
Yes, it is.
I lost someone.
I cried at so much of that episode.
It was so powerful.
I just found out that he's alive.
And really good at drawing.
I saw 2 people who needed me, your people, and I helped them. No other reason, no agenda, but I see what you have.
Cool.
I've still got a long way to go. I need to ask for some help myself. And if you're not in a position to give it, I understand, and I will be on my way.
She's so good. It's picking up like moments laughter.
First, I just want to thank you.
I appreciate that. Could I have a horse? That someone. I'm eager to go because I just found out that
You could be an asset to this place.
Oh my God.
Give her a horse.
I didn't mean to offend you. You saved my sister's boyfriend and my sister.
That's the wrong order.
More than
Just give her a horse.
Is that King Buck?
You don't want to go north, not now. Stay with us until the migration is over.
We don't know why, but this time of year, a lot of crowds, they move south.
Oh,
Couple months, they move north. It'll be safe then.
that's really cool.
They say you don't stop for anyone.
We're a community. We live by the same rules. Trying to save 2, we could lose 200.
That doesn't sound like a community.
Well, this is how we've survived.
But not everyone, right?
All right. There's no need to.
This feels like we're back in season 10. Pretty neat how they did that.
You know the rear guard tried to stop me from going after them? Of course you do. She was your sister. We're strong enough to save people. What the hell is the point otherwise? Holy shit.
I was just getting so confused by the dialogue.
She saved us.
I think he's going to give her a horse.
I hope so.
And you just brought them back.
They asked for my help, so I helped them.
You want your own wagon?
Wagon.
A Jersey accent?
I think so, yeah.
I don't leave people behind,
Yeah, me either.
but you're here.
Great point.
You know about the migration? 5-mile wide hordes of the whaling?
I'm going.
Looks like you are. Let me get you a horse.
This does feel like season 11.
You waiting on a call?
It's nice to see her like a little optimistic and hopeful. Whoa. Getting major Last of Us.
Oh, it's like a caravan.
Yeah, it's like settlers. That's great. Yeah, it's exactly what it
Settlers of Cartan.
It sort of looked like.
Look at the Model T. That was cool.
badass.
Got you one of the best.
It's my sister's horse, and she doesn't know it yet.
And we can't wait to tell her.
There you go, Michonne. Get bounce right now.
So sensitive.
It's a chance to equip you, tell you how some of that equipment works. Well, maybe you'll survive 30 more seconds of your trip once you hit the Delaware border.
I'm trying to figure out if I love or hate this.
One night.
Oh, gotta give it some time. Let it breathe.
We measure, you get to work, I walk her through the scream sticks, God help her. Then she sleeps, so she can face oblivion with some pep.
Measure what? And what are scream sticks?
I mean, it's refreshing to at least stumble into a community where they're nice.
Yeah, it's also just very different, which I
It's
I appreciate the world building.
very Western in the way this is all feeling.
Yeah. What, by that sound of horses and the bing, bing.
Horse
Ooh,
and everything else.
Sheesh.
cool.
So let me get this straight. Rick blew up on a bridge, and it's been years.
Tread lightly, Nat.
I like these two. Now I like you. Not too keen on losing 33% of the people I can stand on this planet, however recent the acquaintance.
He's growing on me.
They leave people to die. Why do you stay with them?
I didn't like it before either.
I think you're all too smart not to find another way.
I guess we're surprisingly stupid, Michonne.
Or afraid.
Spinoff.
You said your kids were in Virginia, right? You can try, but you're gonna be out of range soon if you aren't already. You can still talk to them, though.
I thought this was suicide.
Fascinating.
Choto?
That would suck if she died.
Michonne?
Yeah. Can you imagine if they do that?
I mean,
She
The Walking
dies.
Dead.
It's The Walking Dead. Rick gets to go back.
Greg, it's not about the ones who died. It's about the ones who live.
off with your head.
Whoa.
Epic. You know, when they did the time jump and she was essentially the lead, I was so surprised by how, like, this is really working for me. So I am
I
jazzed to see her, you know.
She's just so talented.
She's amazing, yeah.
Oh, I think we're going back to the
The beginning?
fella catching on fire. Maybe.
Great music. Seriously, it's so cinematic. Cool. That was a really cool shot. It's like you get to witness it from her POV in a sense.
Oh.
Ah, so she just got really lucky. Ugh. Oh,
What was that, Greg?
scratch that. That is enormous.
It's migration. It's like the wild buffalo.
It's like Jon Snow.
That's exactly what it is.
Time to do this. Oh. Oh, Moses. Ooh.
Was there 2 explosions that just happened? Also, that was like purple. Oh, is that their 6
They
o'clock?
did that for her? Oh, they're going to accompany her.
We didn't want to be afraid and stupid anymore. Turns out others felt the same way.
You see these fires? They're gonna burn on either side of the valley for a while.
Natty said you'd need a beer. Dude's never wrong. It's annoying as hell.
There's some more Last of Us vibes now.
That's exactly it. Oh, even the music, too.
Oh my gosh.
Fell off your horse.
Oh my God. I didn't fall off. I was knocked off. There was a gas man. Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask further about that.
The purple light. What was that?
I had this idea for clearing valleys. Huge, localized, long-lasting burns. Maybe when I made the right weapon, had the right plan.
Sure.
I know how to build things and I know how to burn things. But it takes more than that at the end of the world. You showed me that. We'll take you as far as you need.
When I get Rick, you'll come back home with me. All of you.
You're all gonna die.
They're all dead.
You're pregnant.
I was
The future.
craving honey. And I was just hoping that we were gonna come across a hive at some point. And he told me that he saw a billboard for a big box store. That's why he was out there.
Okay.
But I found him. When you found us.
But did you get the honey?
We want to be there when you find Rick.
No, you should go.
We will.
Don't
After
kill,
you find Rick.
don't kill a pregnant lady. I just know this show, man.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. Really monumental one. Very early on in the show.
Lori.
Yeah.
If you only like us, what about all these people who came with you?
You've gone up a letter grade, that's for sure. My dad wasn't in the picture, and I had bullies, so I started burning things.
Keeps coming back to this.
And then my mom, she met this guy, called himself Danger, if you can believe it. She worked at a truly horrible chicken place 14 hours a day and had one very troubled kid who hated Danger as soon as he looked at him.
Huh.
This guy, with this stupid name, looked at that and said, hell yes.
Oh! There's something in the front. I got it.
Don't die.
I think some disaster's about to happen right now.
Couldn't load his truck with his bum shoulder, so I built him a lift and runners out of stuff from the garage. I built him a temperature gauge. You could call on his phone to see if he left the stove on. Could he have loaded his truck? Did he forget to turn off the stove? Or did the son of a bitch focus me up on how I could build things instead of burn them?
Really building this guy up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. There it is. I do appreciate them actually taking time to flesh out some new characters, though. Right away.
Oh, that is a attack helicopter.
Yep. Shit's about to go down. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. She went right away to protect her.
That's how they killed Omaha and Campus Colony, the chlorine gas.
Oh, this is a sinister ass approach. I like the struggle of this a lot. It's an intimate one take of the smoke, too.
Yeah, just a lack of visual.
Oh, that's a spooky shot. This is cool.
Oh, she's going to accidentally kill one of them. One of her friends. Oh, boy.
Having to talk about danger, and then this happens.
Well, you said something awful was going to happen. I didn't have chemical warfare on my list. Jeez.
Go back to your baby.
Go back to your babies, is what she said. How do you combat this? Like
oxygen.
You need to get more oxygen?
Yeah, basically clears out.
Don't fall asleep, Dexter.
Dawn of the Dead over here.
Oh, hold on, buddy. This adds so many layers of complexity to her and Rick finding each other.
Yeah.
He's complicit in this.
That's what I mean. It makes for a really interesting debate.
I mean, granted, she doesn't know that he was trying to partake in taking down the military.
He pretty much had no choice but to be complicit. That was fast. Yeah. True Walking Dead fashion. If they're going to get a bunch of monologues about their personal lives, they're probably going to die.
Yeah, you're probably not going to make it long.
Yeah. Did you lose all three of them?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, the weight of them having followed her, having inspired her.
Question is, did the other guy turn? Oh, he's holding on.
Thank you. I couldn't do it.
Did I hear a gun cock?
No, it's his lighter.
Oh, okay.
She was right. When you can, you need to go home.
Wow. Seeing this through the perspective of through the glass.
Is he gonna light himself?
Oh, this is smeared in blood.
He's gone.
No.
Oh, just that relentless, like, willingness to keep enduring to find each other, and then to see the juxtaposition of how Rick has given up.
There was chlorine gas.
But it's like a new discovery for her.
Read about it as a kid. Used to dream about dropping it on the football team.
I knew when to go, and I didn't. And they all died. You gotta know when to go, you gotta know when to give up. That guy,
danger didn't give up on you. Gotta think it was because of your mom. You gotta think it was because of love.
I really think I'm gonna love the hell out of this because I'm a sucker for this, like conquering obstacles in the name of love.
Yeah, I like that tonally too, where it felt like the old Walking Dead there for a moment.
Sure, yeah.
It just shows this kind of the stakes are somehow so much deeper and. Again, interesting use of the passage of time like they did in the first episode. Seeing the seasons change through the skylight. Rick watching the fort getting built.
Yeah, it's true. There is an interesting mirroring effect they're doing. And she's got a solo friend, too.
I marked the map. You can go to Alexandria. You're strong enough now.
I go to your home and you go to Bridger's terminal? Should be the other way around.
Aiden and Bailey were supposed to go. They didn't. Now you
This is all I got.
You.
You're all I got.
Is it about wanting to see how it ends?
Nope.
Oh, great reflection.
I know how it ends.
He's going out in a blaze of glory.
Oh,
Genius.
that is so smart.
That's how they're utilizing the walkers to generate power in other places.
Hey, hold up.
It's also a nice callback to her origin.
Oh, yeah, when she had the 2 walkers.
That's her family, actually.
Yes. Your memory is much better than mine.
Walking Dead lore. That's what I'm here for.
Ah.
It's all beginning to click.
Don't give up hope. Oh, what an unsettling shot.
Yeah, right?
Is that the shot at the very end of the show? That boat? When Rick was looking at it? Was that it?
I think you might be right.
Is that a
Unclear.
different boat. Yeah.
A lot of boats.
Comment and tell us.
Ah, wow. Going through charred corpses. Oh, is she checking shoe size?
Oh, no. It's her way of holding on. Or, you might be right.
The boat where you found his boots, this is where it was last. These people are all burnt up, and most of them, they don't have any shoes.
I felt him. I still feel him.
Your phone, you know what it says? The Japanese?
You can read it.
Believe a little bit longer.
That's apt.
You've been telling me to go home.
You should, but you can still believe he's out there.
What good's the belief?
It's been right in front of me, hasn't it? All this time. It's been right in front of me. It's been so long. If he were alive,
Man, she is so good.
he would have found his way.
You don't know, not for sure.
It's like the struggle to believe. So good.
You can believe a little longer and still go home to your kids.
The ones who live.
You can know when to go. You can do both. I can do it with you. It's not giving up.
Oh.
Oh.
Sean.
Chocho, we'll start getting close enough in the next few days.
So it happened at the
On the way
moment
back.
she was giving up.
Just gotta hold
There
off
is
a little
such a
longer.
sense of like destiny and fate to the way this.
All unfolded.
There's like a
The Walking Dead universe.
There's
at
like a
work.
romanticism to the way this is told in a way that works tonally for the show.
Oh, and the thing that she shot those walkers with, that little hand cannon, it's the same thing she's about to shoot the helicopter with.
Ah, she thinks it's the same helicopter.
I think we gotta go.
I'm not running from them, Nat.
Neither am I. Let's go!
Oh, this makes so much more sense. Oh, wow.
2 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't know. They're flying low as shit.
Shit, she almost killed him.
Could you imagine?
Danger.
Damn it!
Solid cutting. Woo! Whoa. Oh, damn, double whammy. That is a really amazing weapon.
Lay low. We're wide open.
Wow. So his first shot killed the guy. Jeez.
I love filmmaking when they do the, like, let's go back and see it from a different perspective. I love it.
It just requires such talent to be able to capture a story like that.
It's a lot of precision and storyboarding, I imagine you got to freaking do.
You should go.
We will, after you find Rick.
I couldn't do it. Not him.
Look at me.
Oh, look at me.
Believe a little longer and still go home to your kids.
Oh, what a conflict.
You can lose me.
Oh, the layers to this. It's like seeing a ghost.
Is he about to get hurt by Oh my god.
Oh.
Is she alive?
She's okay.
Is she alive? Oh.
I'm not with them.
I know.
Oh. Oh, that's nice. That's sweet. You made your choice, Rick.
They're coming.
One of them?
Yes.
Then we go.
No. It's too late. They're coming. Say you have another name. That you came out of the forest and you saw the soldiers being attacked. You don't show them who you are.
What I am.
Strong. A leader. You hide it.
Oh, he's so broken.
They're gonna be here. We'll go back with them. We have to. I promise. Michonne, I promise.
Oh my God.
I'll make it so we get away.
Christ. Is that him?
Uh.
Well, how the hell?
Oh no.
Matt!
Oh man.
See, you can still believe and know when.
Oh jeez.
Oh gosh.
I really didn't see that death coming.
I'm glad I got to see them together though.
We helped you get here.
Yeah.
Rick with the katana.
Do you have anything with you that can tell them about you or Alexandria? Maps, notes, anything?
You got a ring on you?
A radio, a phone, your boots.
We're gonna be separated, but I'll find you as soon as it's safe. I need to have my gun on you, and you need to put your hands up. They have to see that.
This is so crazy.
Don't call them walkers. I call them that. We will get away.
God, dude, just don't call them walkers.
I love you.
This is crazy, man. Oh, Vegeta's.
She's the only one that would know.
Yeah. Oh, man, the hope. No, don't end.
My name is Dana.
Great mirroring.
I was in Georgia for a long time.
This is a great episode.
And then things changed. They changed. I saw it. I knew we should go. You always really know when to go.
Way to pay all this off.
This is a place of law. Its security is our top priority, which means you can never leave. How do you feel about that?
And what's here? It's what I've been looking for. It's what I've been trying to believe in.
Wow.
Just a little while longer.
Way to mix in like lies and
This
truths. This is great.
This is gonna be so good, Greg.
It's big, really. I really love
Two of
this.
them on the inside taking down the Civic Republic. Oh, the tension is just palpable. I'm loving this. Aw.
A little smile.
Oh, man, this is going to be so good.
Aww.
We must be up to like 6 minutes of them kissing straight. I lost an arm, and we have a kid.
It happened a long time ago. One of the last times I tried to get home.
One of the last times?
I have a lot of letters, but I don't have any more.
Frick.
We will get away together. They're okay? She's okay?
Yes.
And
She.
What is it?
When we get away,
No, she's okay.
she's us.
The ones in red, they go out sometimes. They come back covered in blood. Most of us don't know what they do.
Could we stop them?
No,
Could we try?
they never get back.
it's like such a change, man.
Yeah, but you got to protect the family.
How about your friend?
It's just like
He should have lived. They all should have lived.
she can bring him back to who he was.
We're here together now, and we're gonna get home.
I mean, the issue is, even if they get home, if they don't deal with this.
Exactly. But it's like the Rick, like she's so surprised by him, by like he didn't really try. She feels like he hasn't been trying, and he doesn't have faith they can take him down. And it's like, this is not like the Rick that I know, you know?
I think that only makes her realize just how dangerous this is.
There's something about the look she gives. It's Jadis. It's gotta be.
It's either that or the general.
No, I bet it's her. Because we didn't see, so I bet it's her.
Well, she was in the world beyond.
I think it's both of what we're saying. I feel like she recognizes what Rick's saying, but also I think it's the other elements. You can see how broken he is.
She's not dumb. I think that's exactly what the reveal is going to be.
Like the ending shot or something.
Pouring her a drink.
Yeah.
We should talk. Oh, that's a real Air Force base.
Got the lighter. You're going to burn it all down.
That's exactly what she's going to do.
Danger.
Oh, it was Danger's later.
Yeah.
Boy.
Oh, they didn't show. Oh, wait, never mind. There's still time. It's the second time I thought the episode was over.
Totally her.
Oh, she's coming to talk with Ricky boy.
Hi, Rick. Sorry for breaking in. Let's keep this off the books. Let's continue to keep certain things between you and me. Been a while. You look good. She found you. If anyone could, she could. She was with him, the little one. I mean, of course, it was her sword.
She was in on the coup.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
You have to know that if you try to escape with her, I will make sure that all those people that you love die, including a few that I like. I have to ask you this question, and I'm sorry for the language, but you've heard a lot of language from me. Yes, yes, yes.
Nice reference.
Rick, what the fuck are you doing?
Huh. Oh, ended. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's a perfect ending. Wow, what a like dilemma. In the midst of movie and TV show reactions, it's such a busy schedule around here. Who's got time to prep gourmet meals? Well, that's where Factor steps in. Factor is a game changer, delivering chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals right to your door. It's not just about dinner. They've got your whole day covered with snacks, smoothies, and more. Whether you're into keto, vegan, pescatarian like myself, or just looking for something delicious and healthy, Factory has a variety of meals ready in 2 minutes flat. Imagine the luxury of gourmet meals without the hassle of prep or cleanup. It's like your personal chef, making it easier to eat well amid our busy lives. And the best part, Factor's flexible to fit any schedule. Pick from 6 to 18 meals weekly, adjusting or pausing anytime life gets in the way. It's about making your life easier, giving you control and convenience without compromising on quality. With Factor's Gourmet Plus, even my hectic days get a gourmet touch. No more grocery runs, just pure deliciousness. So you ready to elevate your food game, Reject Nation? Jump into Factor75.com or click below. With Real Rejects 50, you're in for a 50% off treat on your first box. Supporting them helps support the channel, but also supporting your health and time. Dive into the gourmet life, people. It really feels like an impossible obstacle to overcome. I just don't know the direction of where they're going to go.
The stage has been set, and
and you really want them to live through this. This is really impressive what they've done with these 2 episodes. I personally, I like the first episode quite a bit, especially on a rewatch. And I know people were like over the moon about it. I feel like this episode is more of the tone I was kind of hoping for. So just selfishly, I got what I wanted more.
Sure.
But I also feel like it complements the first episode in a really nice way, especially when you're going to step away and go back in time and focus on Michonne and her journey to how she got to. I really feel like it helped like it just made that first episode that much better to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like in conjunction with the 2, I love them together.
Yeah.
And the poetry to it, the stakes are so high, and the way they've just set up this ultimate dilemma is just so fascinating to me. Just like the performances of how Andrew Lincoln and Danai Gurira are able to like read each other, like those like little exchanges when they're just looking at each other. You could you just get much
the
from what's
history
happening.
of the talent alone. I think part of why this episode, especially in the second half, really shined through. I mean, honestly, from the moment that the gas was dropped, it was like we had entered a new era of The Walking Dead. And I think to be able to, exactly what you're describing, where like the Civic Republic feels like such an inescapable, impossible to defeat. I mean, like the minute Rick felt like, the boot that was on his neck was finally off, you know, after the helicopter crash, now all of a sudden you see that there's just one more person. And that list will continue to go higher and higher and higher. I'm so excited for where this is going. And I think tonally they've been able to strike this balance that feels so elevated from everything else The Walking Dead has done, and so nuanced. And, I think a big complaint that a lot of people had about, some of the other spinoffs and about just the final seasons of the OG Walking Dead is that it felt like a lot of things were happening, but not to take it in any one direction.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't a cohesive vision.
Yeah.
And I think this is like exhibit A of a cohesive vision. And it's very clear to me with just how large the stakes have been set. I mean, like Alexandria and the world that all of these characters have built for themselves will not exist unless they solve this.
Yeah.
And beyond that, Fear the Walking Dead and the world that's been built there and what's going on, in Texas, the Daryl Dixon show, what's happening in France, what's happening in New York, like all of it faces an existential threat from this. And I think that's so cool to put the 2 strongest actors and the 2 strongest relationship characters into this place, into this moment.
Well, also, there's so many times or their character like Rick, and then of how he's as a leader, he's had to always be up against someone with like a much bigger community that he's ever had to like verse in some way. And where the odds against him, it seems so stacked, and he's got to really fight against. And this is something that is like, we're dealing with like a whole military operation. This isn't like going up against.
It's a nation.
You're not going up against like Negan, you know, and you're going up against like it is a nation in the sense like they're doing this in the name of protection and service, but there's also like the ruling with an iron fist. There's tyranny to the way they're doing it.
Yeah.
And I love I love how complex this whole conversation really has become, and how they keep that complexity. Like the complexity really shined through to me the very second Rick and Michonne reunited.
Yeah.
Because of everything that's why I feel like it complements the first episode so much more, where there's so much explanation in the first episode that needed to happen to really understand what we're
tone.
So we know what we're dealing with. So we really can comprehend like what the fuck this is. And then, you know, like when she reunites with them, it was just blowing my mind of when he's like, okay, you're going to have to pretend to do this. You got to make sure you do this. I'm going to have to keep you alive, but I'm going to say we can get out of this, but I don't really know if we can get out of this, but I got to keep you alive, you know? And the fight, this struggle, it was all so palpable. And I love what they did too. Cause you know, we were talking about like how Walking Dead at times can feel a little directionless. And while I like their little slice of life touches, at times I can understand like, get on with it. You know, sometimes you're watching the season, you're like moving along.
Yeah.
And they were doing the Walking Dead tropes of like, hey, let's meet these characters and let's get them connected and they're going to monologue. They're going to die. You know, they're going to die and they die. But I love the amalgamation of there was so much poetry between this and the first episode of watching things that rhymed, like George Lucas likes to say, but then also like the bookend between Michonne telling her story and then telling the lie, but then pulling her lie from the encounter she had with the people. Or like, oh, like that's clever. Yeah. Now you know where she's coming up with all this. And I thought it was so. I was like on the edge of my seat. I was really like, this is fucking intense. You know,
well, the stakes just feel so abundantly like, I mean, they're terrifying. Like,
there's
all of it can fall apart, and the way in which they can psychologically break these characters, especially now that they have the biggest leverage there is over Rick, which is Michonne, and vice versa for Michonne.
And they raised a great question, like with Jadis too. I was thinking, like, yeah, why don't they just go after? If Rick went to Alexandria, they would just find him again, wouldn't they? Like, because they were always hovering around when Jadis was like the garbage lady.
Once he had the kids, he'd be out of there.
Yeah,
you know. But I mean, I think the reason why is it that they don't want the A's? It's because it poses a genuine threat to what they're building. And, you know, like I went back and have started to rewatch The World Beyond, which like parts of it really are compelling, particularly as you like start to unfold like how this like military is taking advantage of these different communities. And then the minute they see them as even remotely a threat, they're willing to kill not tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, which like is a good chunk of what remains of the global population. And it's because I think they fear what happens if enough of them were to work together and to galvanize against. And I think that's where Rick and Michonne are going to be. You have two A's that, you know, I think will have the ability to I'm so curious to see how it goes.
I mean, there's foreshadowing, like they're gonna burn this shit, and I think that's where Michonne's, that's where the push for her will come in, to I think instill back in Rick a sense of faith that they can pull off the impossible here. And I love the political commentary of like how the CRM poses. Like the idea of like how government poses as freedom, like giving freedom to the people, but really what they want is total control over everyone. And
to keep all the people in that little bubble and to keep them, they have no idea what's going on. The fact that Rick, who's in the military, didn't even really know what the Reds were even doing. You know, but he's smart enough to have sensed that there was something awful, you know, and when he saw Campus Colony in Omaha, like, but I think that's what's so exciting about this is like, what is the intention? What is the master plan? And I think the coolest thing about this is we haven't even met the person that's in charge yet.
True.
You know, like we don't even know who our big bad is.
I feel like it's Terry O'Quinn.
I think that it goes way higher.
Way higher than?
Yeah.
Well, I regardless, what I'm thinking is so excellent about what they're doing is that it's more than just world building that they're using the show for. They're doing the world building within seeing the way our main characters are most being affected by this.
Yeah.
You know, like what it's already stripped away from our main characters and then to now deal with the current circumstances they're in.
Yeah.
And I'm supposing, I assume Jadis like being a world beyond. This is more like what her portrayal was like.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, she was a well-established, I mean, a lot of the show took place at a scientific laboratory where they were figuring out some really interesting things to do with walkers. And that's where we met Jadis again. But I think that there is an opportunity here that other shows don't have the ability to do, because what you have is, like, relatively speaking, 10 years of character building, of us spending time with these characters. And then all these years later to come back and to put them into this wildly different scenario, this wildly different climate, this, like, all of it is just like such a fun thing that only The Walking Dead gets to do. You know, I mean, honestly, I hope, like, as they're doing, like, the Jon Snow series for Game of Thrones, I hope that they, like, take a note from this of, like, what a cool way to come back to a character after all this time.
At the same time, the CRM has things that could be of use if they weren't such, you know, dictators about the whole thing.
Well, I think in their mind,
like the whole, like, naval base that they keep showing, I'm like, wow, a lot of this would really come in handy to, like, protecting people, which it does.
Well, it's, I think in their mind, and you know, if you're trying to start over, you have to eliminate the competition.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you need to slowly and surely, in a sustainable way, grow. And I think that's probably what's going to be most compelling about the CRM as a villain, as a whole, is that the biggest threat to humanity is also humanity's last best hope.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think that the nuance of that, and them as individuals understanding that their actions, however horrific, however, you know, in their mind genuinely is for the betterment of society, is a really interesting notion. You know, so I mean,
I get it. Like, because I remember, I forget what that was. They have essentially, what the CRM does, because what's so exciting to me about, especially from our two point of views with this show, is like, I'm just off of the one show, right? And you're off of, like, everything, and
the comics,
and it's so, like, new for me, the one show that of where I left off at end of season 10, and so there's a lot of things that are fresh in my mind of, oh yeah, they were trying to establish law and order between, like, the three communities, you know, like Alexandria, Kingdom, and all that, Hilltop. They had this whole thing where they were like, we're
a government, they had a charter and all that. Yeah.
And CRM represents, like, hey, you can pull it off in a way.
In a massive scale.
Yeah, you can pull it off. And they do represent this as, like, no, we maintain law and order.
Yeah.
In a time where everything is chaos. When you so I think there's some truly compelling conversations, and just overall just great acting and just solid music too. And and you know, for me, I do still need my walkers though. I need my zombies.
And I think that they'll have their place, but I think
like
that
the use that they had here.
Yeah, well,
that was cool.
I think we understand that we're almost desensitized at this point to your average walker engagement. But what we have not yet fully wrapped our heads around is, like, like, what happens if, like, Rick just had threatened his wife, his child, and everything that he's built. And I think watching a character like that being forced to do things that are so opposite of who they are, with so many eyes on him, it's great TV.
And then how many people does Jadis, who knows the secrets that Jadis has between letters?
Well, I think Jadis is a smart cookie in that it's probably just Jadis.
So what would be the consequences then if Rick just killed her?
Well, I'm sure she has a video somewhere.
True.
Yeah. She strikes me as somebody that has, you know, I did appreciate them making fun of the stupid language, the trash people language.
Oh yeah.
That was just a nice little
nice little nod.
Yes. I'm glad that we own it. But Reject Nation, what did you think? Was this episode better than the first episode? What is going to happen next episode? Are we going to have the point of view of the horse? I wonder what happened to that horse. Will the horse ever find honey?
What did happen? Oh yeah, that's right.
It ran away.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Yeah, it's probably eating honey.
I'm better off not seeing a dead animal, honestly.
No, I'm saying I'm sure it's fine. It didn't die.
Yeah.
I think it fled.
Spinoff show.
The
Walking
Dead.
Horsing
around.
Horse in the city.
Yeah, horse.
Horsel.
Oh boy.
Anyway, guys.
Well, we'll see you next week.